utter nonsense set on us by feminism, which is literally the original sin in the garden. So I got involved in it, Jay, because, and I wanted you involved in it because first wave feminism, which has been called innocuous, utter nonsense, has very, very, very close ties to witchcraft. And we wanted to answer the actual question that wasn't answered in what is a woman, which is what actually is a woman. I mean, it's a help me when you read scripture and you're a Christian. I can't answer the question from a Jewish or an Islamic perspective. That's more like the red pill takes a sort of Judeo-Islamic answer to this. But for Christians, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox, there is an answer to the question. And it turns out it's not just about rebutting ontological gender dysphoria, where a woman thinks she can be a man or vice versa. Feminism is functional gender dysphoria, where women and men think they can mutually agree to swap roles. Christianity says no, there are roles and there is a real answer to what is a man. He's the leader. Patriarchy, powers to fathers. And there is an answer to what is a woman. She is a helpmeet, to use the term that Christianity's used for 2 millennia.
Yeah, this is a great point because I think few people understand that we could not be where we are with the trans agenda had we not had these previous successive waves of the feminist agenda, the waves of feminism, and then we had the gay rights movement and gay marriage, and then that all as a kind of, snowball effect is what got us to where we are now with gender dysphoria and literally, cutting children's genitals off, doing it covertly through, education programs where they don't tell the parents. So again, you have to go after fundamental biology, male-female relations first. When you destroy that, then you can get all of these down the road, super degenerate depopulation, operations in effect. And I think another point that you're making, Tim, and I want you to highlight this real quick before we go to one of the clips. Maybe we can play a little bit of the documentary, and then we'll play one of let's go with after Tim answers this, if we can, the old documentary. After actually Alex, in his interview with Aaron Russo many years ago,
All right, I'm gonna cut this off right quick. I thought it was very interesting. It's from the 4th hour of the Alex Jones show today. And as I've mentioned before, I might be out of my mind and I need somebody to help me, pull me back and stuff, because I feel like that Alex Jones is being hunted down right now. And then that he's very crucial, a crucial voice that needs to be stopped. And hit squads are even looking for him right now, this moment. They're trying to figure out. And if you missed the show today on Alex Jones, by the way, this is the 4th hour. Last time on the 4th hour, it's a 4-hour video and radio broadcast. It's actually 4 hours every day, every weekday. And on the 4th hour, it's been a customary tradition, for a while now, that like you have a guest host. And so actually that was the man. If you don't recognize him, he cleans up real nice, I think, right? Pause. But he's a handsome man right there. Jay Dyer, and he has a lot of very studied. He's very scholarly, if you will. He's kind of interesting listening to this guy. I don't even know this guy's name, Timothy Gordon. All right, never heard of him, but that's all right. And I was listening. I listened to like probably all of that hour, just listening to what they were got to say. So he's about to go into a documentary with this guy Russo, in which Alex Jones actually interviewed this guy like decades ago. And it's a very famous and viral interview that you've probably seen before, a lot of people have seen it before, which this Russo guy talks about a lot of stuff, but he ran with a crowd, a very affluent crowd. We'd be talking to like Rockefellers and such, that kind of people. And, some of them just admitting, or their cohorts admitting that, feminism and all this other BS, civil rights movement and everything else, that was all like a ploy about the government, right? They're just trying to fuck you over and stuff. And all the white men of those particular times, they stood up against it about as hard as they could, but they just couldn't stop it. Over the decades of government sponsored so called movements to include feminism, which is whack and gay, and they were talking about it for the whole hour. It was very interesting. But long story short, obviously, by the elites, they were like, hey, let's make up feminism. What that's going to do is destroy and decay the family over time, and then fuck the family, and we just take over everything and kill everybody. So that's basically the plan. And they're like halfway done with the plan. We've known it for a while and stuff. And so people out here like me and stuff who doesn't even want to talk so much, I'll be like, oh, fuck feminism. And so, get out of here with this feminism bullshit. All right. And people say, oh, what, you hate your mama? What, you got a daughter, you hate her, and this and that and stuff. And I hate nobody. That's what, they're so fake and they're so gay. And I don't know if people understand, but like I, as a Christian, a Catholic, or whatever the heck you want to call me, I don't give a damn, dude. It's like, I don't give a damn about him. All right, I just right from the jump, it's like, no, fuck feminism, and they'll be like, why? Well, I could talk if I wanted to for an hour like these guys, all right? And they done all sort of research. But long story short, yeah, you're gonna just totally decay any semblance of family. And as I've been said before, in my guesstimation, obviously, man, we got so many damn homeless people in America. I drive by them all day, every day. All right, not so much as Austin, because Austin's like a shithole. I think Trump called it a shithole one time. And that's what I heard. Somebody said that Trump said that he thought Austin was a fucking shithole. All right. Why are we even talking about Austin right now? All right, but anyways, feminism, that's bad. That's what I was getting at. Um, it's kind of interesting. I got sidetracked in my head right now, but just earlier today, in fact, and I'm not even making this up, all right? Just out of coincidence. What did we just listen to right now? This is what I just listened to today. It was the fourth hour of the Alex Jones show, in which they're talking about, oh man, these ladies, they have maybe too many rights. Like they're taking their rights and they're running roughshod, and it's like decaying society. And it's like, man, maybe I should start saying things as eloquent as that, right? Because sometimes it's just like maybe my delivery needs a little bit of help. So, but actually, after I had listened to this, I came across this video, and it's actually my own video. And the reason I did is because sometimes this is funny. I'm amused by it, but every once in a while, I'll get a comment. In fact, let me see if I can bring up the comment. That'll be pretty funny, huh? I'm not making this up. I did get a comment. Like, Jennifer. Jennifer and Guido, or whatever your name is. God bless you, Jennifer. But she commented earlier today, just 2 hours ago, you're. It got me right away. I laughed immediately right away, and I'm still laughing because she said, you're desperate for views. I was like, what? I mean, damn, dude, if I was so desperate, I think I would be dead by now. It's like, if you know anything about my history, I'm not desperate at all for views, it seems. All right, but she brought back to mind a video, and I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, I already know this is an old video. I don't even know how old, but just by looking at the thumbnail, I'm like, this is gonna be old. This is a picture of a black man, and we're gonna actually just look at the video real quick. We're not gonna play the whole thing, but take a look at the video because the thumbnail's of a black man. The video is called The Extreme Gender Confusion of Cedric Anderson, in which I can promise you, even though I wasn't trying to do it, both these things came up and just popped up at me today, and they're both the same exact damn thing. It's interesting. It's a very popular topic, it seems. The same, I guarantee you, because I was listening to part of it earlier, and I was recalling what I was talking about on this. The extreme gender confusion of Cedric Anderson. That's this black man right here. I think he's in jail, all right? He's probably in prison, or maybe he's out by now. This video, and only a few people like really even remember this background. This is from years ago, in fact, 7 years ago. All right, this video is from a long time. I was living in Big Spring, Texas. And as you can tell, I made the place up pretty nice. It looked pretty nice, and that was my decorations and stuff like that. But I go on in this video talking about Cedric Anderson, and I vaguely do remember thinking about this case, thinking about it long and hard, and then for some reason or another, wanting to come on the internet and talk about it for about 15 minutes. And so I did talk about it. Long story short, in this particular story that I'd read about, Cedric Anderson allegedly came to his newlywed wife. His newlywed wife of Cedric Anderson came to her job. Her job was like the teacher of an elementary class or something. She was up in an elementary school. He busted up in there and did whatever have you before shooting her, and I forget with what kind of gun, but it sounded like it was a big gun. It's a pretty damn big gun. He popped up in there, shot her down, right? All the way down to Chinatown. She dead, if I could say so. It was all very tragic, and I didn't like it, but with all the details that had been given and stuff, I was able to deduce there's actually more details that came out about this incident than typically do about these sort of incidents, but upon reviewing the evidence, I had come to the conclusion extreme gender confusion, right? And I was pretty certain about it then, but it's wild, all right? Like these guys earlier I was showing you, they're talking about it for an hour. We were talking about the same exact thing. A complete gender confusion in which, it's like feminism. It's like, okay, let's get everybody confused as hell, and they don't even know their role. They don't even know what they're supposed to do. Eventually, their families will all fall apart, and then we'll rule over them like gods. All right, that's the long story short. And I gotta get up out of here. Appreciate everybody, and I'll holla at y'all tomorrow.